Hey, it's Tamara Williams Van Horn with Auntie Corn Leadership Strategies, and welcome back. Like, subscribe, share this with anyone who you think might enjoy the message, and hit the notification button because I am really quite firmly in my creating longer than shorts video era. And so I think my intention at this stage of the game is just to improve my technique, my delivery, my confidence in front of the camera, and use these longer videos to create shorts rather than just creating shorts directly and more intentionally. Uh, of course, I'm giving myself grace and space to have a bad day, a rough day, a day where I don't necessarily get to record as long as I want to, and record a quick short instead of not recording anything. We are working on 100 videos for the last 100 days of 2025 as an experiment, as a little playfulness, and that's the setup for these messages that you're getting. So they're not always scripted. They're never scripted. Don't let's not kid each other. But they're not always like super pre-planned out. And I am always going off the cuff and speaking extemporaneously. I might jot down a couple of notes in case there is some like factual information that I really want to deliver. And of course, when I'm pulling quotes or whatever, I will try to give you the context for those quotes. So not just giving you what someone supposedly said, but giving you the context so that you can go verify and look it up yourselves and see what's around that quote, because not every quote has the same resonance with every single person, and I'd really like for you to be able to find some of the shenanigans that I am talking about for yourselves, and encounter that material in a different form than just hearing it through my lens and through my filter. So what are we talking about today? So I want to share an experience that I had today, and hopefully this gives you some nuggets, and I'm also going to try and pull out some nuggets at the end of this story. So yesterday I talked about the Future of Strengths Forum. I called it every kind of thing, every kind of convening yesterday, but it's a forum. The Future of Strengths Forum is running Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, October 2nd through October 4th. So tomorrow, if you get this video very, very soon, will be the last day of the forum. You can also purchase just the recordings, and I'll try and put that information in the bottom of in the description below. And so my session is tomorrow. If you want to hear me talk about culture and talk about how cultural lenses receive strengths differently, and my experiences of taking CliftonStrengths into my work, which is heavily influenced by the cultural and heavily sits in the cultural realm of work that can be done. If you want to hear stuff about that, then, and I gave you a little preview yesterday, I would love to see you. So Future of Strengths Forum, it's by Joe Self and Practical Strengths. And so there were, of course, sessions today, and I chose to attend an all-star panel. And I mean, this is an all-star panel. It had 5 coaches whose work I follow, whose influence has been felt throughout the rank of strengths coaches, certified and non-certified. Globally, there was someone from New Zealand, there was someone from Australia, there were 2 folks from the US. Who else was on the panel? Where am I forgetting? At any rate, there were people from all over, and it was just a really amazing session. A lot of the questions focused on like folks' history, their story, their narrative in CliftonStrengths, and some of the key highlights along their journey. But the last question, the final question of the hour, was the one that really just rocked me back on my heels and gave me a lot of inspiration. And it's difficult to inspire me in some ways, and I don't always notice when I'm inspired. So to see this panel and to experience like inspiration in the moment where I was present to it and I was focused on it and I was vibing with it, it really put me in a bit of a flow state. And I was just so honored to have been there live. I think the power will convey in the video, but live was amazing and fantastic. And the third question was about like what in 10 years, where do you want to see your work? Where do you want to see the CliftonStrengths mission? Where do you see us going, like with a hopefulness filter on top of that lens? And one of the folks said, I hope that we have a kinder world. And that, beyond any other statement, that just elevated me. I was floating and I was still sitting in my seat. It was amazing that on a Zoom call with thousands and thousands of miles separating all of us, there was in that moment a connection that just shot through all of our hearts. And it was just so profound and so wonderful. And all the other speakers, their 10-year visions were also, extremely powerful and impactful, and really made me be glad to be able to be close to this work and able to sit right now on the sidelines. But like, it really encouraged me to enter the circle and make my connection to this work even more amplified and more like intentional and out there. It was just so amazing that quote in particular, that musing in particular, really just encompassed so much of what my dreams are for the world. And I don't always approach CliftonStrengths the way other people do, and it was just an angle that got there so much more efficiently than the very convoluted labyrinth that I have been wandering around lately. And it just cut through all the noise, all the walls, all of the strategy, and just landed right there in the center of where my heart intersects my desire to continue working with this tool, with the philosophy, with the implications of more and more and more folks learning what Don Clifton's famous mission-based quote meant. And John Clifton used to say, what if we focused on what's right with people instead of focusing on what is wrong with people? And that in and of itself is a super profound question. But like the vision stated, like in 10 years, we will have a much kinder world. That hit me in the maximizer. That stimulated my ideation. It like put a little starch in the spine of my command. It super spoke to my connectedness, and it had me like kind of wiggling my feet and my booty in the seat in a way only Activator could, in the like, let's go, absolutely, let's go, let's do it way. So I'm really excited to translate that enthusiasm and that encouragement and uplift into my panel tomorrow, but also into what the business is going to be going forward, and how I intend to make an impact and set up experiences where people can be impacted in a positive way towards their own positive future. So that's my story. I think I tried to bring some nuggets out of it. Tell me, what nuggets are you bringing out of this story? Is it around inspiration? Is it around, hearing folks who really just do it for you and motivate you in new ways? Is it about Clifton Strengths? Like, share with me what you're taking out of this video and what you're taking away from this video. And also share with me any questions that you have. Questions about strength spotting, questions about taking the assessment, statements about, questions about finding assessment results, questions about what do we do if no one else around us is working on a project like this. How do we continue it in our own selves and in our own self-coaching? If you have any of those kinds of questions, please put them down in the chat. I enjoy talking to you as always. Sending you love. Share this with people you think might resonate. Watch it again if you missed something. Reach out if you'd like some guidance through the world of Clifton Strengths or Via Strengths. We just haven't gotten to deep diving into that yet. And check me out tomorrow at the Future of Strengths Forum on the Culture Panel. We will be speaking starting at 1 p.m. Central. Yes. So 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. I believe Eastern. And yeah, it would be lovely to see someone from this space in the space tomorrow. All right. And it would be wonderful to have someone lurking who is already in the other space and is also a part of my space. That would be so cool. Anyway, have a good night. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Definitely will see you tomorrow for a new video. And focus on what's right with the people in your life.